So Tony Ferguson takes a fight with Justin Gaethje and people call him stupid for doing so. I understand your perspective, but you don't know the real reason why Tony Ferguson's taken this fight with Justin Gaethje. And I had to think about it for a second. I really did. Why would Tony Ferguson risk his title fight with Khabib for a fight for an interim belt that he already has had before in his life that means nothing to him against Justin Gaethje, who's a dangerous up-and-comer, and potentially risk losing his fight? Why would he do that? Then I took a little thinking to myself. Tony Ferguson, what would he get paid to fight Khabib Nurmagomedov? History shows us 500,000. Colby Covington did not have a belt. He was an interim champion who was stripped for no reason, much like Tony Ferguson, that then fought for the title against Kamaru Usman, and he's a big name. He got paid 500,000, $500,000. Colby Covington, no belt, title challenger, $500,000. Tony Ferguson, I can assume, being in exactly the same situation as Colby Covington, if not more known and more high profile in recent MMA news because of the whole situation, is going to get paid $500,000 to fight Khabib. He will be getting paid $500,000 to fight against Justin Gaethje, more so because they're fighting for a vacant belt. Why would Tony Ferguson take this fight with Justin Gaethje, guys? Think. He's getting paid the same as he would do to show up against Khabib for a lower risk fight. If he wins, bear in mind he's 36 years of age, he's trying to get his money while he can. If he wins, he will have a belt around his shoulder that says world champion on it. I don't care if the words interim come before that world champion. He will have a world championship belt. What do people with belts, don't ring me in the middle of my fucking video, person. What do belts mean? They mean you're going to get a share of the pay-per-view. That's what belts mean. And Ferguson knows that him versus Khabib is a huge pay-per-view draw. Maybe not now in April, but it now will be in the August or in the September that they're deciding on whether or not to make the fight after Ramadan. When things are back to normal, this is going to sell a lot of fucking pay-per-views. And if Ferguson has a belt over his shoulder, when he fights Khabib for Khabib's belt, he's going to get a share of the pay-per-views. Big move by Ferguson to get that money while he still can. If this pays off, and Ferguson, I guess, is a gambling man, he will get paid a shit ton of money when he fights Khabib. If it doesn't pay off, he'll get the same amount of money that he would have done to show up against Khabib. 500,000 to show. Smart move by Ferguson. There's a method to his madness. I know he's a people's champ and he's crazy and he's the type of guy to do this. He's also a very smart person. He is. Business-wise, this is a genius move. You get your own card. If he wins this one, a lot of people are going to turn their backs on Khabib and start thinking, hang on a second, this is the guy. He shows up to fight. We're on Tony Ferguson's team. Tony time, or whatever it is. Tiramisu time. No, that's not his. Tony Ferguson, Snapdown City, whatever the fuck his hashtags are. He's a weirdo. Ferguson's genius as well. You're going to get paid big pay-per-view shares. Good job, Ferguson. And also, Ferguson knows if he doesn't take this fight, as an extra reason why Tony Ferguson is taking this fight, if he doesn't take this fight, and Gaethje says he will, McGregor says he will, Ferguson's just going to get left out. And fucking Gaethje versus McGregor will probably fight for a title elimination bout. The company moves on if you say no. Ferguson has learned over his career to never say no to the company. And hopefully it pays off. It's not the UFC's fault that this fight has been cancelled 5 times. That's something that you cannot say. They've tried to make it 5 times. So for people to say that the UFC is just treating Tony like shit. Hold on a second. The UFC might be doing Tony Ferguson a huge favour. If they give him a belt for his fight versus Khabib, they're going to have to fork out double the pay-per-view shares for Khabib and Ferguson on their card. This is bad for the UFC. Good for Ferguson. So for the UFC, thank you for treating Tony Ferguson and giving him the opportunity to make huge bank. Thank you. He deserves it. He's 36. He's probably going to be retiring in the next year or so. Let him get paid while he still can. And if Gaethje wins, Gaethje's going to get paid big bank. And so's Ali Abdelaziz, the rat snake terrorist snitch. Had to add that in there before the end. But that's the reason that Tony Ferguson took the fight. No more questions. Pay-per-views. Pay-per-views. Good stuff. Like and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Appreciate it. Click that button there. Just wanted to make this short video because I realised that no one else had mentioned it. That's the reason. See you later. Goodbye. Yeah.